Hey listeners, welcome back to another Dicey experience. We're super excited to bring you back this episode. My name is Jason Sketch. I am your DM. We also have next to me here, we have our awesome Haragon, played by...
Lazy Man Gamer.
Alright, and next to him is, of course, my wonderful friend Lucas, who is playing a
human cleric.
Nice. And last but not least, the super lame Stolen's here as well.
Yeah, lame. I am playing Crew, your resident warlock portal.
Alright. Last time our pirate adventurers had traveled to an island that their captain seemed super excited to get to, and discovered that there was two opposing sides to this island. There was kobolds and goblins. They could park on one side of the island or not, and so they chose to park on the goblin side after hearing some strange laughter coming from its forest. They get into the forest and find goblins are running scattered, terrified, running in different places, not even bothering to attack them, just horrified of the Nilbog. As they venture farther into the forest, eventually they come across a cave where they found two goblins that had stabbed themselves in the chest and died. They ventured a little bit farther into the cave and had a spot where they could either go bottom or go up and behind a waterfall, so they decided to go up that direction. And they came to a dining hall where they found 7 goblins chowing down on a pig. Our party kindly said, "Hello?" And the goblins all turned and looked at them, the big Joker-like smile on their face. Our party now finds themselves in a room with 5 different stone tables. A place where they can cook and prepare their meat and food. Lucas, you look at that and you realize, oof, you've had a lot better kitchens in your lifetime. Of course, there are stalactites and stalagmites that line the walls, or at least, coming from the floor. Whichever one comes from the floor, I always forget. That gets a little confusing. We have our stone walls that surround the entire room, and at the far end, there are 3 doorways that are wide open. It looks like it goes into some other hallways, though you can't really tell what's in those areas because you're not quite close enough to them just yet. After saying hello, the goblins all drew their blades, turned to you and did that big Joker smile, and gentlemen, it's time to roll for initiative. And I will roll for them as well, because they probably need initiatives.
They don't need initiative.
You don't think so?
Nah.
They all just roll.
They're demon possessed or something, so I mean, they don't really get to move.
I mean, that's sad for you to say, that they don't get an opportunity to try to live life.
Well, shouldn't have been possessed.
Shouldn't have been possessed. Alright, 25 to 20. Oh, it's gonna go real good. Okay. 20 to 15?
18.
17.
Okay. 18 for our John. 17 for Bull. Okay. 15 to 10.
12.
Okay. Alright. The top of the order is the captain, and the captain smiles real big and he says, "I guess it's time, boys, to show him who's boss." He steps on in, draws his crystal greatsword, and makes his way this direction, towards the right of the room. He just stands by their fire pit. He's going to hold his action for them to approach him, but he is warming his blade into that fire. Jean.
So, Jean is going to basically go the opposite side of the captain and maybe try and flank them a little bit, as well as, split the group in half, the goblins in half a little bit. So let me check my movement real quick. I think it's 30.
Yep.
Move to about right here. Try and get some cover behind one of these tables, and he'll take his flintlock and take a shot at one of the goblins.
Perfect. Alright, yeah, there's several goblins that are all kind of holding swords. There's a couple that are a little larger than the rest. Which one would you like?
Yes, this guy right here.
You'd like to shoot at one of the larger ones. Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh, so that's probably going to be a miss. I rolled a 2. Plus 5 is 7.
Yep, no, he has a shield. He's one of the few goblins that happens to be carrying a buckler, and it just kind of pings off his buckler there. And
Okay then. I will use a bonus action to try and hide behind this table. Can I kind of crouch down?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the table's it's like a 3-foot tall table, so you have those little benches next to him that you can sit on. So if you wanted to hide behind that table, you definitely can. Okay.
And that's my turn.
Perfect. All right. Next in the order is Bull.
So Crew is going to run up and hide behind one of the stalactites.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming, does it go all the way down, or is it hang pretty low?
So it's the ones that come from the floor and go up.
Okay, so stalagmites. Okay,
Yes, stalagmites. Yes. Perfect.
so I'm going to hide behind it, and I'm going to hold a sacred flame for one of them to come towards me.
Perfect. All right. The one that you fired at turns its gaze towards you, Jean, and kind of a blank stare. And he marches towards you, that direction that the fire came from. Fortunately, he does encounter you as well. He is going to swing his sword at you. Does a 15 hit?
That matches, so no.
Okay. We do play Tygo's to the AC. He's going to swing again with the same weapon, and he just swings wide again. So it's just you duck down to hide, and as you were ducking down to hide, he had come over to swing his sword, and he's just scraping against that table and that bench that's next to it, missing you entirely.
Sweet.
This big guy over here makes his way past these other goblins. Not saying anything, still with a blank stare, he comes up with his sword, and he's going to try to attack the captain. Top right corner, he's smiling real big. He charges forward this big old goblin. His first attack does hit the captain, unfortunately. No, wait, it does not. Never mind. He swings again and misses again. Awesome. These guys are super, super strong. Finally, there's one other big goblin that comes from that table, and he kind of jumps on the table, walks across the food they were eating, jumps back down, and makes his way to Crew. He stands right in front of Crew, and he's going to swing his sword as well. You were holding your action for Sacred Flame. You want to go and use that?
I'm going to go ahead and use that.
Okay.
So he needs to do a dex save.
Dex save, all right. He rolled a 17.
That succeeds. So, yeah, so that's it. So he just succeeds. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens, okay. It just, Sacred Flame pops out of your hand, it whisks by him. The captain will make his attacks here in a second that he was holding on the goblin that attacked him. This goblin is going to try to swing and attack you. His first attack is a 14. Does that hit?
That does not hit.
Okay, and the second attack also misses horribly. Not a 1, but definitely misses. He swings his sword. It's almost like they're blank stares. They're just not aiming quite right with their attacks. Your captain turns around and he swings his blade at the creature standing in front of him. He definitely hits it. Swings real hard and does a good chunk of damage. He just slices a big slice into this creature here. You see it bleeding. It does not look like it's doing well. Captain comes back with his sword with a second attack here. And he hits with a natural 20. This poor goblin, he just swings. You see this big gash go through the front of him at first, and then he comes back with his sword and just cuts this large goblin in half. And it just slides and falls into two separate pieces onto the floor. He laughs real just out loud. Oh, the joy of treasure hunting. Next, the regular goblins start making their way out. We have one that's going to start making his way towards the cook.
Oh, man.
He runs up and he's going to swing his sword. He's kind of blank stared again, drags his sword against the ground. He makes his attack. A 14. Does that hit?
No, that misses.
All right, he just swings and it just slams right against your giant frying pan that you use as shield. This goblin's going to wander out, and he's going to stand on the other side of the stalagmite from Bull, and he's going to swing, but of course he's swinging with that thing in the way, so he's going to swing with disadvantage. Rolls 2 12s. Does a 16 hit?
It does not hit.
All right. So he swings and It slams against the stalactite and scrapes just your back of your shell there. This goblin is going to step forward, and they're both going to try to attack the captain. The two goblins are going to jump forward. They're going to swing from the table and leap towards that fire. They both try to hit the captain, but they both unfortunately miss. And so there's a little bit of rage in their eyes, but again, they have that blank stare. Not talking, not laughing, not joking, just blankly looking at you guys. Lucas, it is now your turn. You have a goblin that's standing in front of you. He swung his sword at you once, and is kind of drooling from the right side of his mouth.
And they rolled above me. Okay. Since this one in front of me is attacking me, I turned his attack away with my fry pan. I'm gonna bop him on the head with my rolling pin.
Okay. Good.
Roll for attack first. Oh, natural 1. 4.
4 to hit. So you... I'm sorry to do this to you, Lucas, but you rolled that natural 1. I need you to roll me a d4. Let me know if it's odd or even.
I don't have a d4. I'll use d4.
Perfect. Just use any dice. Just give me an odd or even.
Odd.
Odd. Okay. You go to swing your rolling pin, and it slips out of your hand, and it clatters close up to where those poor goblins were eating their meat. It has flown across the room. It is no longer in your hand.
Oh no.
It's a massive rolling pin.
I call out, "Oh, Franz, no!"
Franz, you named your rolling pin Franz. Let's go. He clatters across the room and just slides.
Okay. That's my turn.
That's your turn. No bonus action?
I don't really have much in the way of bonus action stuff.
All right. There are a couple good spells for clerics as well, like spiritual weapon and different things. I just don't know if you picked something else like that or if you prepared that for the day.
Yeah, I prepared it. I've only got two level 2 spell slots, so.
Gotcha. So you're being wise with your choices. Sounds good. Okay. It's the captain's turn again. He's gonna attack the 2 smaller ones that are in front of him. So he's gonna swing at the one that's on his right, that's standing closest to the fire, and his sword also goes flying and clatters on the other side of the pig's table over there. The large purple greatsword. So he's baffled for a second, looks around, and I guess he's going to use his action to the rest of his. He's going to use his movement to run towards his sword. All right, so he gets 2 things there. They both miss. Nope. One of them hits with the scimitar. Does a little bit of damage to him, but he's not about to leave his sword behind. So he takes a little bit of damage, but it doesn't look like it cuts him too deep. It just looks like the blade scraped him a little bit. And he's going to keep going towards his sword, and he makes it over. It's going to have to wait till his next turn to pick it up, though. He used his action to swing. But that other goblin is also going to attack as well, that he ran past, and also gets hit by that. But it also, again, it just looks like it scraped against his body, didn't do too much damage to him. It is now, John, it's your turn. You just watch your captain yeet his sword across the room. 2 of your teammates throw their weapons across the room.
So I'm going to this table I ducked behind. I'm going to jump up on the edge of the table, stow my flintlock, pull out my rapier, and stab down at this goblin.
Perfect.
It's a little better. 17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
What the heck? Okay then.
This bigger goblin has his buckler, and he just puts it right up against that rapier, blocking.
I'm going to jump back down off the table, and I have fancy footwork. So
Okay.
after I've made a melee attempt, he can't make an opportunity attack against me.
All right.
So then I'm going to walk over to the rolling pin that got flung right near me.
All right.
Is there any chance that I could pick it up and toss it back?
Yes. I'll let you do it as a bonus action, but you have to do it with disadvantage. So make a
Reach down, pick up the rolling pin, and try and toss it back in Lucas's direction.
All right. It's a strength check.
Okay, I'm not great at those. Disadvantage, you said, yeah.
Yep.
Both of them are 3s.
Both
So
of them.
that will be a 5 total.
5 total. Great, yeah. Lucas, you're excited. You see that your teammate's ready over your rolling pin. You're like, pass it back to me. And your Haragon picks it up, and he goes to throw it, and it clams right in front of where he was standing in the first place. So, just one space in front of him.
I let out an audible gasp as it hits the ground again.
Poor Franz.
No.
All right, Bo. We're doing great with this initiative here. Your teammates are just flailing about. You have no idea how these pirates caught you.
Bull just kind of like rolls his eyes in disgust at what's going on. He's going to step about 5 feet up towards the fire, so that he's staying in melee range of everybody, so nobody gets an attack of opportunity. And he is going to cast Thunder Wave at level 2.
Level 2, okay. So he's going to try to hit 3 goblins with that.
It should be 4.
4, okay.
Yep.
Are you? Because it's 15-foot square.
It's a 15-foot square cube.
So I see. Remember, each cube is. Oh, okay. Okay, you're right. You're taking a step back, right?
Yeah,
step up. So
yeah. So we're
now, just where you're standing, you're also in range of your teammate there, right? The Haragon.
That's fine, do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm really good on my feet.
Crew doesn't care.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so I need to make 4 dexterity checks for these.
No, it's con saves.
4 con saves. Okay. These goblins. All right. One of them is a big one, and then the other 2 are smaller ones. Other 3 are small ones. So the big one does not make it. I bet. That's an 8. What is your con?
That's 11.
11. Okay. The one that's sitting right next to the fire got a 19 on it. The one that's standing next to him got a 15, and then the one that was trying to swing to you by the stalactite is failed it.
So 2 fails and 2 saves.
2 fails and 2 saves. Yes, the 2 closest to you have failed. The 2 that are a little bit farther away by the fire have saved. Yes.
Okay.
So I also failed.
Okay. So everybody that
So light on your feet.
Well, apparently it's not a dex save; it's a con save for some reason.
yeah, I don't know why, but it is. So it's 4d8.
4d8.
Right? No, 3d8. My bad. 3d8.
Okay. I was like, dang, that sounds like a level 3 spell, but
So 9 total for the ones that didn't save.
9 total for the ones that did not save. Okay. The one that tried to swing at you with his thing through the stalactite, he dies.
And the ones that failed were also pushed back 10 feet away from me.
Okay. So this guy that failed, he dies and flies back 10 feet. He will fly back 10 feet, but you said 9 points of damage?
Yeah, 9 points.
He's still staying up. He isn't. I mean, you can't tell if he's happy or not. He hasn't shown any facial expressions at all.
So the ones that saved take half damage.
Okay.
So be 4.
Okay. So they will take 4 as well. They are still up, but they are not looking good. Looks like they're breathing heavy, but it is amazing that they're still. Looks like they're still ready for fight. The poor rolling pin as well, though, unfortunately, is in the blast radius, and it gets pushed back and slams against this table and clatters between the table and the chair.
I start watering.
Poor Franz. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to do there, Bull?
That will be it.
Okay. All right. Since you flew right next back to him, he's going to turn and face you, Jean. There's one goblin with his big old sword that's been attacking you. He smiles that you're right back next to him again with his big old Joker smile. There's a little bit of a cackle, and he swings his scimitar at you. Let's see what happens. First swing is definitely a miss. It is a 11.
Yes, that is a miss.
Second attack, which is done with that, is also a miss. It looks like he almost lost grip of his sword, but was able to hold on just at the last second.
We've all been there.
This big guy that you push back makes his way forward again towards you, crew, and he's going to swing his sword at you. He swings a 23 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Right, and he does 4 points of slashing damage against you.
Okay.
Swings again, and his scimitar goes flying past you and lands on the other side of a table.
Now, did they only have one weapon on them that we saw?
Correct. He looks like he has maybe a crossbow, but he's not going to draw that.
Okay.
So, all right. These other two are going to come forward towards you, and they're both going to swing their scimitars at you. They both miss, but their swords do not go flying. And there's this one goblin that's standing in front of Lucas that's just got a big old grin on his face. That kind of does a little bit of a Joker laugh. He rolls an 8, a 12 to hit.
That misses.
All right. It's just scraping his swings his sword. It scrapes against your armor and cuts your cookware a little bit, but doesn't damage you at all. All right. That is your turn, Lucas. Franz is flown all over the room.
I'm gonna go into a fit of rage and take out my meat cleaver and try and drive it into the goblin's stomach.
Okay. And your meat cleaver, what are you using that as? A short sword or a dagger or?
What was it? It was a hand axe.
Oh, hand axe. Okay, that
Yep.
makes perfect sense. Yes.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. That definitely hits.
Finally. 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. All right. He is not 100% down, but he is breathing heavy and still got that crazy smile on his face.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really do anything. It's my turn.
All right. The captain, he picks up his sword. He's going to move over to the goblin that has been attacking Jean. So I'll show you how it's done. And he'll swing his big old sword at him. With a 19 to hit, that does hit that goblin. He's also got a 1 PC, unfortunately. Does a good 16 points of damage against him. And he'll swing his sword again. Also, at this point, he misses. It's the goblin. That big cut kind of stumbles back a little bit, and he goes back for that second swing with his great sword. It just kind of swings and goes right in front of the poor goblin's nose, but does not hit him. We now are back to Jean.
Okay. Jean is going to use his special rabbit hop and let the captain deal with this big bad guy.
Okay.
And he's going to jump 10 feet towards Crew, who is being surrounded by quite a few people.
Okay.
And the rabbit hop doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity. So then he's just going to take one more step forward, get into range, and stab at this guy with his rapier.
And which guy? You've got several
yes,
goblins.
so there's 3 all around Crew. I'm going to take a stab at the one in the middle.
Okay,
and
the smaller, weaker looking one? All
yeah,
right.
hopefully try and break their ranks a little bit. And that's not going to work. That would be a 7 to hit.
So that does not...
Yeah. So hopefully I've at least gotten his attention. And I'm just going to take another 10 feet, step back a little bit, and hopefully just draw him and maybe a couple of the others away from Crew.
Okay.
And that'll be my action.
All right. Do you say anything in that whole interaction?
Not after I fail, no. I had an epic line planned, but not after that.
Okay. All right. Bull, what do you do? You have your rabbit friend came up. He swung his... He just pointed at the goblin with his sword and then backed up.
I'm just gonna kind of look at him. Don't point that thing at me. And then Crew is going to fire an Eldritch Blast at the... I have 2 smaller goblins and 1 large goblin on me, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So at the large goblin.
The large goblin. Okay. Go ahead and fire your Eldritch Blast.
Not good. That'd be 9.
9, nope. If you're yelling at the Haragon for pointing a sword, and you're so distracted that he didn't even do anything, that you fire wide, it just flies right past and clashes right behind Jean, almost hitting Franz.
See what you made me do?
Focus more.
Let's all just stop focusing on Franz, okay?
And that is going to be it for Crew.
Okay. The big guy in front of the captain is going to swing at him. He misses that first swing. He's going to go for a second swing and also misses on that as well. The big guy that is in front of Bull there is going to swing, and I believe a 16 does not hit. He's going to go for a second attack there. Misses that attack as well. Oh, No, wait. Doesn't even have a scimitar. He can't even attack you at all. Just kidding. He's swinging his fists because he's lost his sword. So he just swings his fists a couple of times. And it's a no-go. Both attacks miss. There's a little guy that's still standing in front of Lucas there. He looks like he's barely breathing, but he pulls up his scimitar to see if he can swing and hit. And he is unfortunately unable to even scratch the surface of Lucas's armor there. Two little guys that are in front of Crew. They'll both also swing at Crew. And they both miss with their... We're doing great with our rolls tonight, guys.
I've tried a different dice every time. It's just they're all bad.
They're all waking up. It's been a couple weeks. Oh my gosh. Okay. Lucas.
Oh, you better die. All right, let's go. Meet Cleaver again. 7.
7 to hit?
Yeah.
That does not hit, no.
Okay. Well, I guess that's it.
Okay. Top of the round. My God. The captain's going to swing his big old sword at the goblin there. The big goblin that's standing next to him. He's going to hit that big goblin. And essentially he's just going to obliterate that goblin that is standing in front of him. It goes down. Turns around. You've got to help the rest of the team, John. And he starts making his way over to this big guy over here next to Crew. And he's going to make his second attack against that big guy there. And he misses against that big guy with his big old greatsword. John.
You've got to help out the team.
That's what I just said.
I'll take a couple steps back into the fray.
Okay.
And at that same goblin, try and take another stab. Ooh, this one might
right.
hit. 16.
16 does hit the smaller one, yes.
Hey, look at that. Let's see. And do I get sneak attack? Because he's
You do.
There's an ally there. Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I thought. Nice. So that'll be 12 damage total.
12 damage, okay. Yeah, this goblin goes down. You jump off of that seat that you were standing against, and you do a sliding kick in, and you just drive your rapier right into the side of this goblin. He goes down.
Nice.
The captain looks at you, and he kind of just... You know how kind of dogs have to do that sneeze when they're frustrated? That frustrated, like, sneeze sound? He does one of those towards you, and, yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at Captain Adar and say, this is how you do it. You've got to make contact and go pierce through the skin a little bit.
Oh, I see. So, before you attacked him last time, you were pointing to make sure that you were going in the right direction.
I was making sure that Crew knew who to attack first.
Oh, okay. I see. Getting Crew ready. I see.
Yes.
Who's Crew?
Bull.
You mean Bull?
Bull? Yes, Bull.
You were getting Bull ready.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to start referring to myself as Bull so that would help you?
A little bit. Help a little bit. My brain can only handle so much.
Hello, yes. Come in. And you are... Oh yes, that's right. You're here for that little middle bit. Well, come sit down, close the door on your way in. We don't want it to get a little drafty in here. I have my notes somewhere around here. Let me see what I can find. Oh yes, here we are. First point, thank everyone. Okay, so yes, here at Dicey Experience, we would like to thank each and every one of you for following us along on this experience. We would appreciate if you follow and like us on whichever podcasting app you're listening to this on. And also, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That really, really helps us in the algorithm. And also, the best way for us to grow is for you to share. So if you're enjoying, share this with your friends and family. If you share this with 4 people, and then they share this with 4 other people, who knows? By the end of it all, we could have world domination, and everybody likes that. All right. The second point, our social media. Oh, yes. So, follow us on our social medias. That's where we post news and even some questions and answers, and even a couple polls. So you could be involved in the Dicey Experience just by doing that. We are on Twitter at A Dicey Experience. And we are also on Instagram at A Dicey Experience. So make sure you follow and share and retweet and whatever those young people are doing today on those things, make sure you're doing that. Okay, well, there's one last point. Jason's Twitch. Why does he want me to promote this? I mean, he does put out some great content, but I mean, yeah, he does stream on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/JasonSketch. That's twitch.tv/JACEN Sketch. I have seen him doing this one game. I think it was called Heart Gold Soul Silver, doing a Nuzlocke on there. I think that's what they call it these days. And if you come follow, just remember, we don't talk about Manny. No, we don't. We don't talk about Manny. So that comes to the conclusion of our little middle bit. So scamper along, get back to the story. You don't want to miss anything. I think there's something important coming up. So yes, just make sure you close that door on your way out. We're not heating the entire universe around here.
All right, Bowl. What are you up to?
So, Bull is going to... About time I got some help around here, and he's going to try another Eldritch Blast at the large one.
All right. Go for it. Make your check.
Not much better. That is 11.
11. Nope, it whisks by him, and it skirts right through the captain's hat, blows the captain's hat off onto the ground. Hey, watch where you're aiming!
Sorry. He's just shaking his hand like something is off.
The big goblin was going to turn around and attack the captain, but saw that you tried to blast something at him, so he's going to swing his scimitar at you again. Just kidding, he has fists, so he'll swing his fists at you and miss that first fist. And he will also miss with his second fist. Okay, the smaller one will try attacking you there again. Lucas? Nope, he does not hit. And the small one next to Crew. What are my dice doing? Nobody, they're just swinging their swords in the air. They're just aimlessly just flailing about with their swords. What is wrong with them?
Slowly back away. Maybe they'll take out each other.
There we go. The captain. Oh, yes, good idea. Lucas?
I don't hear this. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the goblin. He's gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Natural 1.
Oh yeah.
So do double the damage if you'd like to.
Sweet. My D8.
Or double the dice, excuse me.
Well, I hit, but I rolled a 1, so 2 points of damage.
That's enough. It blows his head off and the goblin falls to the ground.
I got 1.
We just see Lucas over in the background dancing.
I'm coming for you, Franz!
Yeah, that is what I'm gonna do. Run over and pick it up, and I'm gonna use the rest of my turn to like inspect it, make sure it's not beat up too much.
Yeah, you can make an investigation check if you want to.
Oh, I roll good. 18.
Surprisingly, the wood that you've used to make this rolling pin is a little more durable than you thought, so you lucked out.
Oh, yes. Okay.
All right, it's the captain's turn. He will try to attack the big guy, and he goes in for a swing, and as he swings, it looks like he's about to hit, and that big goblin uses his reaction to switch places with the smaller goblin. And the swing goes through, and it hits that smaller goblin, and does enough damage to just slice that smaller goblin in half. Blood splatters all over John and Bowl as the little one gets cut in half. Captain kind of grunts in frustration, steps forward next to Crew, and tries to swing at that bigger goblin again. And misses. Alright, John, you are now covered in goblin blood.
John's going to put his rapier away, pull out his flintlock, load it, and take a couple steps back.
Okay.
And just take a shot at this goblin.
Alright, don't roll a 1.
Yeah, that'll be a 15 to hit.
Nope.
Nope.
Not the big guy.
Okay. This is going phenomenally.
Just pings off.
Use a bonus action to just start wiping himself off.
Right. Sounds good. You don't got any orange juice like the turtle used on your foot for the poop not too long ago?
No, none of that.
Okay. All right. Bowl.
So Bull, seeing that the success Lucas had with Sacred Flame, he's going to say, maybe that's what I need to do. And he's going to cast Sacred Flame at the large one.
Okay.
So that is a Dex save.
Dex save. All right. He rolled an 18.
That saves. So nothing happens.
And then it just whisks by, and it looks like it's going to hit him, and then it turns right into that fire. Makes it a little bit
What
brighter.
the hell is going on?
What is with these goblins?
He's going to bonus action throw an orange at Ron. Use that.
Yeah, make a strength throw for me.
5.
The orange, you throw it at him, and it lands between you and the captain. We've got to work on our sports.
Sports ball. Who?
Sports ball.
Look at their faces, Captain Nadar. There's some sort of mystical effect going on here. It's preventing us from fighting effectively.
Makes sense to me. The big guy's going to... He's going to move towards his sword. And he's going to go take his action.
Attack of an opportunity.
You do get an attack of opportunity against him, yes.
I'm going to swing out with my hand axe at him.
Okay.
And that's not going to hit. That was a 9.
Nope, it does not hit. He pushes past you and runs over and picks up his scimitar. That is his turn, though. Lucas, you have Franz back.
I am going to move up 15 feet and then cast Sacred Flame at it. It's a big breath of, big swathe of fire comes out of my hands. Ugh.
Alright. Fires. He got a 17.
I think it's 12. Yeah, succeeds. Nothing.
As he's bending down to pick up his blade, the fire just goes right over him and clashes on the other side of the room.
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to go over to the table with the seared pig on it, and then I'm going to sample some of it.
Okay. You're gonna cut some of it, you said, or?
I'm just going to tear a little piece off and see how well goblin cooking is.
Okay. Sounds good. Right. The captain is... What is this captain gonna do? I think he's just gonna shake his head and maybe we weren't ready for this, and he's just gonna walk past crew here, pull out his sword and swing. He hits!
Yes.
And he just shoves his great sword into that goblin, and it goes down. You are out of initiative.
Whew.
What is wrong with it?
It has something to do with this laughter that we keep hearing. And Bull just shivers.
Lucas, how was that roasted pig?
I guess that's a question, DM. How does it taste?
Yeah. We're rolling survival right now. They're the goblins. Oof. It is tough and awful, and it smells a little rancid, like they had let it sit too long before they cooked it.
It needs everything, and I spit it out.
Jean is like peering into Lucas's face, waiting to see if maybe the meat was the source of this insanity, and just waiting for Lucas to potentially go insane.
You stare at Lucas for a while and make a perception check.
16?
He seems totally fine. Lucas, nothing overcomes you. You're just got a terrible taste in your mouth, and you wish you had learned to develop mints so you could get rid of this awful, awful ore taste.
I guess I go into my bandolier and pull a little mint leaf out of my pouch, and I put that in my mouth.
Perfect. Yeah, you start chewing on that a little bit. First time you've seen him chew on a leaf, but other than that, he seems fine, John.
Well, whatever is going on here, I think it's a bit deeper than the pig.
Agreed. We better find that map and get out of here quickly.
So as they're examining the pig and each other, Bull is going to be walking around to each of the goblins and picking their pockets.
Yeah. There's not much. There's maybe like 3 silver pieces in total, and like 2 gold pieces in total. There's about 20 copper pieces though, but nothing to like really sustain, or it's like they don't have much money in general. Some of them kind of like chicken bones and other weird knickknacks. There's like a straw doll in one of them. You
I'm
know.
definitely keeping the straw doll.
Okay, but nothing that you know. There's a bag of toenail clippings in one pocket as well.
I'm gonna hold those up. Lucas, do you do
Yeah.
anything with these?
I cannot.
No.
It's just a bag. You just hold up the bag. You have no idea what's inside it.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go over to him, see that it is toenail clippings, and look in disgust at him. What are you doing?
I don't know. I did figured it would add some flavor.
I don't think any of us wants to eat this. And I slap it out of his hand.
Make an inspection check, Lucas.
Investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you start feeling around in your mouth just to make sure that the leaf is really spreading around, and you feel one of those toenails in between your teeth. It's almost like they used it to sanitize their pig, or sanitize. What's the other word that you would?
Season.
Season. Yep, season their pig.
I go a little green as I pick it out of my tooth and see what it is. I dry heave.
Taking step back after step back. He's not in projectile vomit range.
Captain's just laughing. Just having a ball. Oh, well, shall we continue forward?
Well, I see.
Yes.
See 4 different paths. Which one should we take?
Well, I think the newest member should choose.
I just keep looking around for somebody.
Well,
Bull just starts slowly sauntering towards the middle.
okay.
Not saying a word, just walking.
All right. The captain will fall right behind you.
I'll follow behind and mention to Lucas. I was fairly certain he was going to pick the 4th door.
Oh, starting to wish we did.
Oh, come on. It's an adventure. Let's hurry up, boys.
Is there light down the tunnel, or is it dark?
It is a little dark, though. It is actually no. It's completely dark. The captain does relight his torch, and you guys travel down. It'll be 15 minutes until you find a large open cavern. Not quite as large as the dining hall you were in. You walk into the room. It's completely devoid of living creatures. You look around. There's a couple of makeshift cradles and a couple of makeshift rocking chairs. Scattered toys throughout the room. Though there is on every shelf, which there's like 10 of them, there's a porcelain doll that just sits there and stares.
You just hear crew yell, "Nope," and turns around and will start walking back out.
What's in there?
There's dolls. Creepy dolls.
Everybody make a perception check.
9.
12.
8.
Lucas, it's faint, but you hear a whimpering from inside the room.
Nope.
And you all just told there's nothing. So there's nothing in there. There's no reason. There's another door or anything.
There's a whimpering sound coming from the cave, and since there's dolls, that those two things don't go well together.
Much agreed. Next door. And Sean turns around and starts marching right out.
The captain shrugs his shoulder. As long as you didn't see a map, I guess we're okay. And he starts making his way back into the dining hall room.
I say we check this room last if we don't find the map.
That sounds good to me.
I say we check the other side of the island before we come back to this room.
Yeah, we can go to the kobold side first.
Oh man. And with that we'll end this episode.
Oh, creepy.
You don't like the creepy?
If we make it back to the boat without one of us having some kind of curse on us,
Yeah.
Good luck.